Okay, there we go. I think we should be live now. I have to put my drink up. But I need to do this thing. Is it under system? No. Hold on. It's under character. Because I didn't do this the first time I started. Yes. Okay, here it is. So we want this and this off. So, hi, YouTube. This will be the first time you're seeing this. For Twitch, this is the second. So, to explain a little bit about this, while I try and get my thoughts together, we started this once before. We started the game plus once before, and we got to. God, what is the dungeon again? Okay, we did Copperbell. We got through Copperbell. Um, but upon trying to edit some stuff into the first VOD, I realized the video was a 240p garbage fire. I don't know how my settings got fucked, but it's probably been that way for a while, and I'm sorry if you guys watch on YouTube that all of my streams have probably looked like this, and I haven't known. So I'm very sorry. But we fixed it. My last Xenoblade stream looks great. It looked good by the end of the testing phase, so I think we've got the settings ironed out now. So we're going to start New Game Plus. So here's the plan, and I have something I want to do as well. So my main character, Claire, as you can see, she started in Uldah. She started as a pugilist. Not as a cat, but, you know, that's a different story entirely. One I've told before, but kind of indirectly. But anyway, she started in Uldah as pugilist. So that means New Game Plus is going to give us... it's going to give us Uldah. We can't do anything else, I don't think. I can finish part 1 today, I'm pretty sure. Like the whole bit. It's basically like the intro segment, like where they where they all come together. I can finish that today. And then I go my own and test something. If this something works, we can do it with Claire. If not, I can do New Game Plus on an alt character that started in Gridania. But I want to do, because we get different things in each area, and I want to do that because I think it's fun. However, something that's interesting is I can make a new character and start in Limsa. I've never started in Limsa. I've never seen that story before. So that would be really cool, I think. But aside from that, the plan is to go through... We'll open it up real quick. It's down here. Abandon. Because we're going to start over. So we're going to go to... I want to say it's part 4. Because Realm Reborn's weird. I don't know. But wherever main scenario stops, Praetorium, like that whole section, whenever, like, you just hit level 50. Like, the final quest is level 50. But whatever point that stops at, we're going to stop there, and we're going to do job quests. So, like, what that means is we will... so what I'm going to do is, like, we'll do Monk and Dragoon. Actually, no. No, we'll do Monk. Monk first. Pugilist Monk, because that's what we're playing as. And then we'll get to part 6, right before Heavensward. Then we'll start the Lancer Dragoon quests. Then we'll go into Heavensward as Dragoon. And then we'll keep doing... Actually, I don't know how I'm going to do the job quests, but I want to do them in tandem with the story. because they do link together pretty well. So I might just have all of ARR, then all of the ARR job quests, then Heavensward, then all of the Heavensward job quests, and just like, because once we hit Heavensward, there's a lot of classes involved, but it's not going to be that long because there's only 5 quests per class. At most. And then once we hit Shadowbringers, like, you only have, I think you only have well, you don't have any class quests in Shadowbringers, so we have the role quests there, but like Shadowbringers 4 class quests, all we'd have to do is like the level 80 ones, like you beat Shadowbringers here, go talk to this NPC and do a few cutscenes. And like basically past that point, all we have is like, here, you unlash Reaper, do like 10 levels worth of quests, and that story's finished. Here, you have Sage, do 10 levels worth of quests, and that's finished. So like it'll get longer, and then it's gonna get like drastically shorter. So I think that's the plan. If that changes, so I'm gonna think about it. But we have all of ARR to do this. I don't know if I'm gonna do the crafters yet. I haven't leveled them all up anyway, so that's a whole nother thing entirely. I don't know how far I'm gonna go in this, but I want to do the class quests, and I want to do the role quests. I have all of the role quests done, so when we get to Shadowbringers, I can New Game Plus all of those. I can New Game Plus all of Endwalker's role quests, because I think those are available now. I do not have all the class quests done. I don't have Sage done. Actually, you know what? It would be quicker to look at what I have unlocked. Basically, if it's level 90, I have it done. If it's not level 90, I don't have it done. It's that simple. So Scholar, Astrologian, Sage, Thaumaturge, Black Mage, and Arcanist Summer. And Blue Mage. You know, I don't want to do Blue Mage. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to do Blue Mage. I like the class quest. I like getting the spells. I think the gimmick is really neat. I cannot be bothered to level that class. I just physically, I can't be bothered to level that class. Not unless I can get 4 friends to dungeon spam with me to get it to 70. Like, that's the only way I'm going to level that up. So, hi, Phoenix. So, let's go ahead. Now that the preamble's out of the way, all 8 minutes of it, kind of setting up what I want to do with this, we can start. And we won't get the crystal cutscene, sadly, because for some reason that's not part of New Game Plus. I don't understand why, because I feel like it's pretty important. Ooh, I like that little animation that we had up here. Oh yeah, I moved my map for PvP. I'm gonna move that over here again. Where do I want you? Where do I want you, map? Do I want you right here? I think right here is fine. Get a little bit smaller. I only do it from this side? Like, that's weird. My little bars are going haywire for some reason. I still don't understand what does that. So like the initial cutscene has like you deal the stuff with the crystal. You wake up in like a carriage, um, and you have like two L's in and here with you, and you get some stuff, and like they talk with you. And I do want to say this story because I don't have anything to corroborate it, but I feel like somewhere in the back of my mind, when I go to the inn, it's not there. I tried the first time. Also, hi Iowa, because I remember you, Iowa, were actually my first introduction to this game in Stormblood, but somewhere in the back of my mind, the tutorial, like the beginning cutscene, you had the crystal, you had the carriage ride, and for Uldah, you had the Amalja attack you. And somewhere in the back of my mind, I felt like you fought them as whatever class you were, like, you had like a little bit of like this little combat thing, and then you kept going. And I don't know where that came from, because it's not here now. If it was ever there, I have not found any evidence of it. So, that might be just me being weird, but I don't know. So now we've been stuck in Uldah. I'm going to talk to Papa Shan. There's not too much going on right now, so we're going to skip a little bit of dialogue. She's basically just like, hey, you've done enough around here, now you should go outside. Go talk to Papa Shan, just beware of beasties, but we don't have to because I can just fly. On my giant cat. You certainly look the part of an adventurer. Papa Shan, station master of the humble dispatch yard. An empty title, I assure you. I surely am no more than a tired old Olafel passing his final years in quiet and solitude. 12, no, there have been plenty of both these last 5 years since the calamity struck. The devastation was vast. Now true Uldans work together, doing all in our power to rebuild what was laid to ruin by the sweat of our brows and the love of our home. We built Rudolph to the grandeur and majesty you see today. The railways were born of this effort too. The wounds left by the calamity run deep. Isolated areas beyond our lines of supply remain. There are places yet wanting for relief and restoration. Alright, so what do we got? What's the reason we're here to help today? Just want to point out that last quest was level 4. This is now level 5. We're advancing really quickly already. Number of sentries have been sent to guard the area. They've been out for a really long time. They're probably hungry. You should give them some food. You know, I could fly up here, but I like the dragon walk cycle. Or I'm sorry, Gwyber walk cycle. I haven't gotten any of the new mounts yet because I've been anxiety ridden about actually doing them. But I think I might do them soon. I might do the new EXs soon. I might wait for EX1 and its simultaneous EX2 to get an increased drop rate or be put in the shop so I can just buy the totems. I don't like doing that fight. I hate it. I don't want everyone to be blinded by this one, so I'm just going to do this one. This one's closer, I think. I've talked with some people about it, and without going into detail, I think that fight is horribly designed in a couple of places. To the point, there is one mech I literally cannot figure out. I've done that fight 25 times, and I still can't figure it out. Because I can't see enough of the arena. So, kind of, but... Oh, dang, I hit sprint by accident. Just give him pretzels. Alright. Seems weird that the group called the Sultan Sworn are out here just guarding the station yard. Hold on, he's right here. Also, we got on the cat again to go talk to Papa Sean. Actually gonna... No, I'm not gonna change my mounts. Because I like having the Phoenix on normally. Just don't want to blind anyone watching in the dark. What? Nothing to report. Are you sure? Oh dear. No, the time for concealment has passed. The truth is, even before I had you deliver those pretzels, I was privy to most unsettling news. Which is the real reason I sent you to meet those Sultans. A young noblewoman from a very prestigious family has run away from home, and I've been ordered to see her safe return. Sultans one you met earlier are assisting with the search. Alas, it seems they have found no trace. I apologize for not being frank with you from the start, but we must proceed with caution. Should word of Ridges' apparent spread, I fear others with less honorable motives may join the hunt. Alright, so gotta have finder. So where are we going? Wait, what news does you have? I want you to go south and look for Lady Lilira in the vicinity of the Sultan Tree. Seems oddly, aptly named. Oh, that's a big boy. Also, so I want to make this clear. I've made my gripes about this before. One, if there is night music playing, I can't hear it because my TV's really low. But because I can't hear it, I will bring it up. Music should always be playing in a game. Always. All the time. Something should be playing. The exception to this is if you're, like, building an atmosphere in generally, like, horror games. But, like, you know, sometimes with horror games, you don't want the music to be playing. You don't want anything there. You want... The only thing you want is the sound of, you know, character movement. Which is fine. But it's, like, even in atmospheric games, you should, like, have, like, some sort of ambient music. Like, Breath of the Wild had some ambient music every so often. I should not, like, go from daytime to nighttime and lose music. I hate it. It's why I hate playing Monster Joker when it switches to night, even though there's stuff that only appears at night, because it's so boring. Instance battles only occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to read the information displayed in the active help window before answering the call of duty. Do them on normal.
Oh, Sultan Tree.
That's really loud.
Spirit of my line, forgive my weakness. My failings have cost us dear.
Also, let me know if you guys hear an echo. If I can turn my TV down a little bit.
Show yourself.
I'm right here.
As you command, O Lilira. Forgive my selfish desire to assure your welfare.
I don't recall requesting an escort. Simply pretend we never met and continue on your way.
We both know I can do no such thing. It isn't safe for you here alone. It isn't safe for anyone. Not with this etheric disturbance. It's as though the dead are watching us.
That's not terrifying at all.
And I'd prefer not to join them, if it's all the same to you. Ah, you must be the one the Papa Shan mentioned. Congratulations on finding our elusive young charge. You'll have to forgive her impetuousness. What she lacks in discipline, she makes up for in stubbornness.
I just imagine she's just like there. It's like, hello, I'm right here.
You should return with us. The station master will be eager to thank Lady Lilira's protector in person. Alas, the station master will have to wait. Dear Lilira, for my sake, please stay out of harm's way.
Oh, this is one of my favorite lines right here.
As for you, dear friend, for Lilira's sake, please stay in harm's way.
I like that line a lot. It's pretty good. I don't have my dash yet, so all I can do is run. This quest will go by much faster. I don't remember spawns or something else. Unfortunately, even with high eye level, accuracy is based on level, not item, so still 4 levels higher than I am. Okay, they're just together. Oh, just one-shot them. Alright. I feel like those are supposed to take longer. Just a hunch. Stay close if you want me to heal you. I'm doing fine, friend. Bankrit definitely wrote this section. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm definitely doing this faster than they intend to. Handsome stranger, indeed. Although I won't deny, Bankrit does look pretty good. So hi, Sivia. Oh, I forgot to mention, we will be doing all the optional content. So we'll do the trial series, the alliance raids, the normal raids. I'll unsync through through Bahamut because doing those synced is a nightmare. And I'll do all of them. There's a couple of ones that I don't think actually do anything story-wise, but we'll do all of them. Especially in a certain coat he gets later. I don't know, some of the lady players of this game might like a certain appearance he has in Heavensward. With a certain minion friend involved.
Hear, feel, think.
I don't know anyone who would fit that description, though. I'm glad I'm not wearing a skirt for that scene. 'Cause I forgot it happens. This is why you wear pants, friends.
Crystal bearer.
And trust me, I know by this point, if you're playing a female character, you probably have a skirt on.
I am Heidelin. All need one. A light there once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim.
I do like that the
And as it hath
by doing the Hall of the Novice, which we'll get to later, the tank gear, the pants have like a skirt, but it's got like shorts underneath it, and I'm like, okay, that's really good. I'm happy with that.
I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light.
Oh, Vareth.
Journey forth and lay claim to them.
I might add like a chat thing to where I have like the Endwalker logo. Ooh, I know what I could do. It's too late to do it now. But I think I can change the logo to be a bit more apt if you
By
kept
thy
my
deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee.
God, they were marketing so hard to old Final Fantasy.
For the light liveth in thy heart.
For like collect all the crystals and like oh man.
Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
Man, I almost asked like a huge spoiler question, but I gotta like. I think everyone has that like same vision. Just all whenever that happens, just like I touched a crystal. Ah! Here we go.
Ah, coming around now.
It's like I touched a crystal and awakened a special power, and now I have to sit through a 5-minute long vision. Also, what the heck? I definitely didn't undo that strap on my glove. Caught in something.
Would you mind telling me what that was?
Clearly a monster, Lilira.
If I only knew. A denizen of the void at any rate.
The void sent? Here? But how?
The question isn't how, but who. We're not dealing with bookless bandits.
Ah, you awake.
Don't suppose the answer came to you in a dream?
God, I wish that would be helpful.
No sooner did you fell the beast than you fell asleep. Too much ether, no doubt. Interesting. I hadn't considered the crystal. But of course, This changes everything. Oh, just thinking aloud? At any rate, we haven't a moment to spare. I must return and report this at once.
I think they changed Thancred's voice actor going from ARR to Heavensward.
I leave
I honestly
Lady
like him
Lilira
here,
in
though.
your capable hands.
I feel like...
How dare you pass me about like a swaddled babe?
I believe I've said this before. I think a
shall
lot of the
return and
voice
tell
acting
them
issues with A
myself.
Realm Reborn were more direction rather than voice. Because like Thancred, like in this scene alone, is like
As
you have the
your
good voice.
impetuousness.
You have a good voice for Thancred. It's just the way you
I
say some of the
suspect we
lines.
shall
Like
meet
you
again
kept that one.
before long. Until then, do try and stay awake.
It could be worse. We could be dealing with Rex and Nia for Xenoblade 2. Great game, by the way. Please, no. I think everyone else in that game was fine. Well, aside from like the unique blades, but like story characters, I think everyone else was fine in that game. You do realize what would happen if a person of your noble stature were to be injured, or worse. Why, Her Grace the Sultana would be beside herself with grief, and so would her subjects. I dare say they'd be weeping in the streets. But I have already given you cause to weep, Papa Shan, you and the people of Uldah. We will find it, I swear to you. It's not my place to make demands, but my lady, but I beg you, please stay out of harm's way. I shall refrain from traveling unescorted in the future, said the liar. We'll get to that later. Because I think she goes back on that pretty hard. I might have been a bit harsh how I said that, but I think she does. I don't remember. You deserve all the riches in the royal vault, so alas, a small token of my gratitude is the best I can offer. You mean I can't have more money? A sarcastic man with a strange contraption strapped to his shoulder. I see you met Thancred. That is one way to describe Thancred, yes. He's a scholar who spends his days investigating oddities in the ether, rather too fond of the sound of his own voice for my liking, but perfectly harmless. Unless you're a Voidsent. But yeah, Xenoblade 2, I think... Xenoblade 2, I think, had a mixture of, like, both voice and direction issues. Xenoblade 2 had a lot of issues across the board, but... honestly, story-wise, solid. Very solid game. If you want... if you want it, you can view the 13-hour movie experience with the Japanese voices. I recommend it. It's even got all the boss fights. At least on YouTube. The one I watched did, at any rate. And so it is the... I've resolved to pay a debt of gratitude to the owner of Coffin. Coffin, purchased from the royal plantations are prodigious... Oh, that's right. I remember making a comment on this. This piece of alliteration is incredible. For this purpose, I've purchased from the royal plantations a prodigiously plump pumpkin, a particularly popular piece of produce. Someone had fun writing this one. Alas, I cannot part this place to procure and proffer the pumpkin. They definitely had some fun writing these 3 dialogue boxes. I'm going to grab those and just stitch them together. Oh, it's like right here. I thought I had to go further. So I know I've never played Dragon Quest IX on this channel. Not to any real extent. That game has so much alliteration in it. And it's why I love it. You are to deliver this decadent delight. I can say with confidence that any gourmand would be grateful for such a grand gift. Alright. So go to the coffer and coffin. I need to edit my macro, because I can summon my chocobo. I didn't use it that much during story. There you are. Drink for your lassie. You won't get better ale or spirits for your coin than at me place. Have a pumpkin instead. We, Sister Doa, asked you to bring this here to me. So even that foul-mouthed drunk knows the meaning of remorse. Reckon this is for the time I carried his drink-sodden arse back home. But hell's an honest-to-God's pumpkin from the royal plantations. Can't wait to see what the cooks will do with her. The lads here scoff down beastly amounts of meats and it's starting to tell on their health. It'll be good to get more vegetables into their bellies, assuming I can get the stubborn bastards to try something new. Honestly, the key is to make it smell good. If you can make it smell good and then look good, they'll eat it. Oh, I mean, they'll at least try it. If it looks and smells. Looks and smells good. Alright. Off to do another job, making that gill. Looking for work, perchance? If so, you couldn't have come at a better time. So in charge is a sell swords hired by Amachina and Sons Mineral Concern to protect its interests. My duty is to keep I can't speak. I'm sorry. Allow me to get messier if you're ill-prepared. A single piece of... Okay, so this is where they... yeah, this is where they check your year and be like, hey, do you know what item level is? Well, hold on. We should check that. I think I'm good. I don't know about you. My durability isn't, but I think I'm good. Actually, hold on. While I'm thinking about it, is there a there's a repairman right over here. Can you repair this for me? Hold on. That's right. I can't repair in New Game Plus mode because it doesn't actually take that off, but it bothers me. So I'll do this. Know that naught is guaranteed in this world. If you stand in an AoE, you'll probably still die. Please don't stand under the tank buster. Take your markers elsewhere and stack with the stack marker. What do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about? Those haven't been introduced yet? Damn. Alright, so a genius put ore next to the tracks to make a goblin nest, essentially. That's what happened. You need to play the lottery today. You trying to get a PS5 or something? Well, I can just bonk. Oh. Oh, hey, I got some tin ore from that. Oh, you found a bone in your chicken lens, is what you say whenever you find one? Ah. Okay. Alright, here we go. Working those jobs. When we get to each other, why? Because the most fascinating piece of news reached my ears, and I'm eager to share it. There's a vast untapped vein of ore beneath the ruins of Uldah. It's being concerned appears to be entirely ignorant of its existence. A self-made merchant from Stone's Throw, of all places, moving to claim it. His name is Wheaston. He's a very, very ambitious young man. Say his mastermind has used his new fortune to curry favor with the Sacrarian. The Thaumaturs only consider them opinions of the most wealthy when drafting the laws of Uldah. If you would have your voice heard, you must be prepared to pay a sultan's ransom. One voice which is invariably heard belongs to Lord Rollerito. My allergies are killing me. Ah! He has long lavished guilt upon the Thaumaturs, and some claim that he devises new laws with the express intention of ruining his competitors while protecting his own interests. 1 second. Yeah. There we go. That's better. Alright, well, despite all of the troubles of this plan, we are moving in to help make it go forward to get some money. There he is. Come to join, but sorry, you're too late. Some brass blades looking for extra coin volunteered, and the team's already en route to the ruins. But look, I know it's not easy to find work these days. If they're interested, there's something else you can do for me. These children outside, little ones from Stone's Throw. I look after them when I have time to spare, so they've taken to following me around, even when I tell them not to. But with overseeing the search for the vein, I barely have a chance to visit the privy at the moment. Let's entertain younglings. Give them these cookies and tell them to go home. Here, take the cookie and go. Leave. Literally bribing these kids to go home. Suppose it makes sense. They are named starveling childs. Alright. Hey, Wisdom, we bribed the kids to go home. I'm not sure if they actually went home, but they said they did, so... It must be good enough, right? And now after the calamity and everything else, for us refugees to be forced to live outside the gates like bloody beastmen is a disgrace. They say with enough money you can change the laws here, so I'm going to make a fortune and do just that. I'll buy the excavation rights and start my own mining business, then I'll give my fellow refugees the work they're crying for, and pay them fairly. The mining companies have profited from our suffering for too long. We found her. We found the vein. Wisdom, you must come and see. Somehow I reminded myself I do still need to do the FF11 event before that goes away. Where the hell am I going? This way? This way. This can't possibly be bad. Thou's boss, son, a vein of ore in the middle of a ruined bloody city? God's damned idiot. What'd you think was gonna happen? That you'd strike it rich and get cozy with the order while the masters of Uldah looked on? No one crosses the syndicate. Finally sunk in, has it? Well, look at this. Not all your friends deserted you, it seems. Lucky boy, now you won't have to die alone. O mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone a soul, that it may wake to life. Who's that spouting gibberish? Show yourself. Alright, it's me, a golem. I guess I gotta kill you now. I probably shouldn't stand there. I don't have enough HP. I have a feeling that is way easier than they intended it to be. That the golem could be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer. Sir, you do realize golems are probably weak to bludgeoning damage. They get like an extra d6. I actually don't know. I've not fought a golem in D&D before. I know skeletons are, but that's not skeletons, so. Also, I know it's, I believe, double damage if they're weak to it. Damn, seems I've missed all the fun. See, you didn't need my help this time. Nope. Didn't need your help the first time. Oh no, my plot powers, they're activating. I would compose a ballad in your honor, but I fear no words would do you justice. The songstress of Uldah herself could not rival your beauty. heard they attacked another caravan. Bloody Amalja, what stirred him up, do you reckon? With a raid. And I'll wager that caravan was carrying crystals, much like the last. If they truly mean to summon a primal, we must act quickly. Just gonna skip past all the flirting here. At this rate, grain will soon be more precious than gold. A result of the uncommonly bad harvest, to be sure. And we have you to thank for them, do we not? This weakening of the etheric flow must surely be linked to Dalamud's descent. And of course to the primals. A fine mess, but we must not lose hope. Louis Spa will know what to do. We need only trust in his judgment. Truly a marvel of Shalian ingenuity. It is as if I could reach out and touch the ether. Oh, I know what that is. It's preparing for probably the thing that happens that we'll see later in the Bahamut rites. I also love that, like, because I don't know about at the time in 1.0 or like 1.x whenever, but that's the Thaumaturge Guild. There's usually people in there. So this strange man walked in wearing a contraption, said a few things, did something, and walked out. And they just let it happen. Okay, so that might be just recently instead of 1.0, but still, if that's recently, that's definitely the Thaumaturge Guild. So our golem is still sitting there. She's already showing his self-doubts. Yeah. A person of interest had already quit the scene. The journal, very well, I shall be there anon. They've probably seen weirder there. This is true, considering what goes into thaumaturgy, that from what I understand. I haven't actually done it yet. My colleagues went to great lengths to provide me with the means to detect etheric disturbances, but every time I find one, you seem to be in the middle of it. I'm starting to wonder if it might just not be simpler just to follow you around. Yes, I know you've seen it. I've heard some inklings about the chicaneries of black magic. Tread softly, my friend. The carefully laid trap you dismantled was clearly sanctioned by Lord Lodorito. I heard the Blades mention him as they fled. Believe me when I tell you he is not a man to be trifled with. If you hadn't come along, these bastards would surely have slaughtered us all. I would speak with you further, but it isn't safe for us to linger here. But where are my honors? I have yet to properly introduce myself. I am Thancred, a humble scholar surveying the flow of ether in Thanalan. I'm sorry if my voice sounds weird. My allergies are killing me. I don't know why. Ah, wait a moment. It occurs to me that we may have... Never mind. Fare thee well. I feel like this is one of the inconsistencies that, like, is a thing. Because I feel like they're... If I remember reading correctly... I'll go a little bit further in this story, because I don't think they've told us about much from 1.0 yet. But there's some really strange things with A Realm Reborn, story-wise, in a lot of ways, and I'll point them out as we go. But they may have changed it now with the duty support system being out. Though the Rita owns the Godstand brass blades, I should have questioned their motives from the start. I could hardly have predicted that the wealthiest man in Uldah would want me dead for the heinous crime of seeking to change the law. Ah, yes, the wealthiest man in Uldah who often changes the law would totally not want someone who wants to change the law dead. Alright, well, we've pissed off Lolorito, but he's gonna be like, hey, you know what, I'll see if we can't keep your involvement quiet. I'm not gonna spend a guild to teleport, I'm just gonna fly down. Because I can. Also, I trust everything looks good so far. There's no, like, quality issues or anything. Claire, you've got nothing to worry about. No one seems to know you were at the ruins. Whiston, on the other hand, is now a pariah, about as welcomed round here as a rabid wolf, poor bugger. Suffice to say, that boy risked the wrath of the wrong man. Lord Lolorito, chairman of the East Aldenar Trading Company, generous contributor to the Order of Naldal, and member of the Syndicate. Didn't get where he is by leaving loose ends, that one. Which is why he ain't above killing his own men. Hell, even if those blades knew what was coming, it's not like they could refuse to do the benefactor's bidding. Don't let this color your view of Uldah, Claire. It's true that there are some here who aren't afraid to crack a few skulls if it gets them what they want, but most of us are just decent folk trying to make ends meet. Right, so now we have access to the inn. Well, we would have access to the inn now. And access to guild levs. Recommendations would pop up. Displays a list of quests or duty currently available in your area. Look what the corral dragged in. That's what brings you, but I reckon we know the answer to that already. I need more fucking money. A fellow by the name of Dadanen who needs a hand. Merchant by trade, selling precious stones to those in Uldah with the means to buy them. Find him over in Horizon. Okay. Might be he'll have some talk with the royal family that'll interest you as well. Yeah, so I mentioned this the first time going through. I'm assuming since no one said anything about the quality, it seems to be pretty good. So I mentioned this the first time around. And we won't get it now because I've already ruined it. I played through this entire game up to current content 6.1 and never used the Chocobo Keep. Ever. Wait, hold on. We want this. You're just riding a chocobo. It's got like its little mailbag on. Or mail barding? Yeah, I don't need to worry about the fate. He slowed down hard for that turn. That fate had like 45 seconds left. Yeah, he's not finishing that one. Momodi said to expect you, and so I have. So I have to imagine the FF universe with modern tech that they have a Chocobo-themed version to Twitter. Oh, it's been called Quitter. The thing is like, they don't have phones. They don't really have anything like that. And like, the people who do, I think it's like... Actually, no. You know, it could still be called Tweeter. It could be called Tweeter. Tweet. Instead of a tweet, is it a que? I posted this really hit que recently. It's got like 1,000 likes. Welcome to Horizon. Ours is a trading settlement that sees goods in from the port of Vesper Bay to the west, and trade we do. Would like you to deliver a message to Copperbell Mines. It so happens that I have a situation that must be resolved post-haste, and I do mean post-haste. I'm plumb out of premium product. My latest order has yet to arrive. What's worse, I paid my man in advance for his services despite his assurances to be a simple affair. I've heard nothing since he departed for Copperbell Mines days ago. Even though it's like right there. Like in-game time, alright? We're just gonna bounce along here. It took us literally 5 minutes. In-game time to walk over here. 30 minutes to do it, like, on foot. Get shadow banned for quest disparaging Shinra Incorporated. Oh no. You all know he likes but won't change a thing. The concern is close the mines due to some incident in the depths. The products you heard Dan and mining about going in the zone, known as raw nashikite. Managed to dig up a goodly amount just before the mines were closed off, actually. Managed up holding out, then 12 damn goblins came along, not like any goblins I'd seen before, and hungry only for the good rocks. Got eyes for my gemstone, so I had no choice but to oblige. Alright, so, you know, we'll help you out. Do that. I don't even have to press a button. Or, I don't even have to target it. Sir? Back up. How did you fare, friend? Did you find the raw nashikite? Beautiful, isn't it? Rarer than many stones and more expensive than most. They say that the green is the same as the eyes of Nana Shah ul Nasha, who once ruled as the Sultana. This should save Dadanan from his troubles if there's enough left. Far less here than what I found. Reckon those goblins made a meal of the stuff. Bloody waste. Well, let's go give it back. Oh, no, I guess we just need to kill some sun midges. You have to kill 4, eh? You know, let's take out all the problems in one bunch. Just right there. Punching and kicking swarms of tiny insects works so well in real life. Yeah, but I'm also level 90, so it does just work like that. You've slain how many swarms of sun midges? I've had to ascertain the whereabouts of a missive I sent to Lost Hope the other day. Must have made it essential that the blast blades that would patrol the roads from here and Scorpion Crosser would have seen something. Okay, so where are we going? Okay, so we're going to Blackbrush. No, we're going like part way to Blackbrush. here we are. Got Poofaloopa's missive right here. Got to tend to my bird's injured leg first. Nice, so let's press on. I feel like, sadly, I think the intro segment is kind of like the weakest part of ARR, even considering a lot of filler and patch quests. Kind of just feels like vaguely strung together stuff. Like, why? Like, hey, you finished this job for me. You know, I heard about this other place that also has a job. And I'm like, okay, that's about as much connection as we got between what's going on. We got a message for you. Despite my demotion, he continues to call me Captain. I suspect he has no idea what it means to transfer to Lost Hope either. The Brass Blades don't give a cuckoo's arse about this settlement. No one in Uldah does. All here have been forsaken, adventurer. The refugees, their protectors, and you will be too if you're seen associating with us. You're there now for your own good. Leave. Sir, I would stand back up because you're just gonna... Yeah, just stand back up again. Band of outlaws has taken up residence at the Quiveron Man's on the ridge to the south. The leader is styling himself heir to the ALL Quiveron, the syndicate member who died in the calamity. Baron and his courtiers are more than a pack of jackals. Prey on Lost Hope. So he can't do anything about it without endangering everyone. But you know what? We can. I think I mentioned this in the first go-around too. This is the first place that I died. I think it was like right around here. Actually. No, hold on. Somewhere in this area. Bonk. Have my pod carry me down to the village. $200k MGP well spent. Or 300k, however much it was. So it is done? Good, I hope that wretch died screaming. Uldah is more prosperous than ever, some say. That may be true for the Syndicate, but none of that wealth has trickled down to the small folk. It's all a mummish farce. One day I refused to play my part, and so I was made to leave the stage. So, sir, okay. Okay. You're still sitting down, good. As you may have noticed, I'm in no shape to leave Lost Hope right now, so in my said, I'd like you to return to Horizon and give this dagger to Poofaloopa. I think I can teleport there. I should be able to. Yeah. I don't care about 100 gil. Here we go. Receipts read from Captain Leofric the other day. Thank you for delivering the letter to me. For me. Why do you have that dagger? Only a captain in the Brass Blades or the Rose is permitted to possess it. Leofric says I'm to have it. There must be some mistake. Nevertheless, I shall respect the captain's wishes and take the dagger into safekeeping until he comes to... Oh, you poor lad. You just don't get it. Surveying the footfalls for ancient relics. Charged with security. Captain Baldwin sent only a handful of brass blades. Despite his assurances to the contrary, such a small unit cannot possibly be sufficient to protect our patrons. You poor bean. Well, giant phoenix. I'm sorry, firebird. Speaking of Phoenix stuff, not the person in my chat, but like I watched the fairy tale movie, the Phoenix Princess. That's a damn good movie. If you like fairy tales, you should watch it. And festivities for the Tom at Just Sea, and he wants them treated to the finest food and drink. South of the village told Raph he's to deliver a bounty of fresh fish to Horizon. Here we go. Fresh fish for Captain Baldwin. Of course, we'll do our best, madam. Unfortunately, we've had a poor catch in recent days on account of the rough seas. Our boat should be returning soon, but I cannot promise that their catch will please. And suddenly, quest randomly over here. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Last night, a gang of bandits from the Quiveron Mans were in their cups, and I overheard them discussing their plans. It seems they've come to collect gemstones stolen from copper mines. They're meeting with the co-conspirators soon to the footfalls. What did you say? Illicit exchanges and shadowy dealings. The brass blades cannot abide such malfeasance. Oh, well, there he goes. Just gotta notify Captain Baldwin. No, wait, you mustn't. Oh, gods. You must stop him before it's too late. Captain Baldwin himself is working with the bandits. That's not good. Neither is my controller dying. Slowly. Quickly, pod. Imagine if I set it to very easy, just how, like, quickly would they go down. Captain Baldwin, sir, I've discovered something shocking, something horrible. Someone's been stealing gemstones for Copperbell mines. He does not let those move. You're one of the Quiveron's men. Sir, that man is a thief and a scoundrel. And what of it? His coin's good, and that's what counts. I told you to stay in Horizon, Foofaloopa. It didn't have to be like this. They'd get their Nashakite, I'd get my Gil, and none would be the wiser. But sir, what if your crimes are uncovered? What if Lord Lodorito finds out? You goddamn fool, don't you see? I'm acting under his authority. You there, adventurer, do you remember me? Well, I remember you. I'm Sir Baron von Quiveron, the 4th Esquire. You killed my brother, and now I'm going to return the favor. You can try. I don't have that yet. You know what? he went down really quickly. I literally punched him once, and he was like, "Ugh!" That's enough, Baldwin. Your partner is dead and your plans are undone. You've no reason left to fight. Stay out of this, Leofric. I don't take orders from you two. I may have spared your life before, but if you interfere, I will not show you mercy. And what mercy will he show you, I wonder? You who have done so much in another man's name. What are you blathering on about? Every fisherman in Crescent Cove knew about your meeting, you arrogant fool. Quiveron's men couldn't keep their mouths shut. Imagine Lord Lodorito's surprise when he learned that a rank-and-file brass blade was using his name to advance a personal agenda. He knows. 7 hells, but I'm a captain, he wouldn't. I was once a captain too, remember? And we both know what happened to me. Well fought, boy. You've done the brass blades of the Rose proud. Lord Lodorito wouldn't waste his time on a small-scale smuggling operation. This is all Baldwin's doing. What else did he say? That all our brethren are no better, that each and every one cares for naught but coin? Ha! Mere excuses to justify his schemes. Aye, we've no shortage of greedy sods, some would probably sell their own mothers into slavery if the price was right. But there are men like you, Fufalupa, men good and true whom the small folk respect. Which is why I gave you the dagger. The brass blades of the Rose needs a leader with honor, and you're the most honorable man I know. We're taking him in. Remember, if you need to convince him, you stick the pointy end in the back, and he goes for it. So, like, it's so quiet. I don't hear any music. So now, Baldwin has been arrested and stripped of rank, which means the brass blades of Lowe's no longer have a captain. Until a new one is designated, I have been ordered to serve as acting captain of the Rising Garrison. Alright, sweet. So what do we do now? Pouring over his personal correspondence. Our search unearthed this sealed letter addressed to a man named Owen. He's one of the Sultan's sworn elite. I can think of no reason why he should have any dealings with Baldwin. Alright, well, let's go to Mamoni. Adding the Aethernet map was one of the most useful things they've done. Even though you've seen the seedier side of our city, you've continued to help your fellow man. Here, we have this person about the thing about the Sultan sworn. Should probably take care of that. So that's what this is all about. Pupilus thinking Owen might have been in league with Baldwin, that this latter could be proof of something shady. I've spoken too much. I'm getting the burps. Well, you needn't worry. Owen's as loyal a Sultan sworn as I've ever known. Haven't the foggiest what this says, but... Wait a minute, wasn't Owen the one who... Hells, I've got a bad feeling about this. I think I know what this is all about, but I need you to spare to keep it quiet. If you'd rather wash your hands of this business, I won't hold it against you, but if you're determined to see it through to the bitter end, say the word and I'll explain. Well, we don't have any choice, so... The outside world believes Uldah to be a sultanate, ruled by Sultan Nanamo Ulnamo. Truth is, though, it's the 6 wealthiest citizens that hold the most sway, the Syndicate. Be that as it may, the Sultana's still got the support of the people. But you might struggle to keep even that if a certain incident becomes public knowledge. It pains me to say it, but Her Grace's crown, the symbol of the royal dynasty, has been stolen. And Owen's the Sultan's one who was charged with guarding it that night. I'd bet anything this letter was written by the bastards who made off with the crown. It can't be a coincidence that a man we know to have been fraternizing with thieves had a letter for Owen of all people at this of all times. You need to take this to the man himself, Claire. Tell him Amodi sent you, and that it concerns a lost heirloom. If it looks as though the fellow needs help, I want you to lend it to him. The future of our fair city may depend on it. Yeah, that would be bad if suddenly it was just 6 people with lots of money ruled the city. That would be really bad. Ethernet is over here. Yeah. The Alchemist's Guild is the closest. The heart of the Sworn lies beyond. State your business. Pardon? Did you say a lost heirloom? Proceed. Well met, adventurer. What business brings you here this day? A letter? Very well, let's see it. Have you read this, adventurer? I see, but you have some inkling as to its contents, I think. Mistress Ramodi has doubtless explained to you the significance of the crown, and what its loss could mean for Her Grace the Sultana. This theft shames the Sultan's one, and me most of all. The blame is mine, you see. I grew lax in my duties, and in a moment of carelessness. No, it will do no good to recount the tale now. Since the hour of the theft, we've searched frantically for any signs, any whispers as to the whereabouts of the crown. We have found nothing. Yeah, I really got the burps now. I've been talking a lot. The identity of the thieves and their motives seems fated to remain a mystery until you arrived bearing this ransom note. In it, the criminals state their price for the return of Her Grace's crown. And though it pains me to say it, I fear I have no choice but to acquiesce to their demands. Too much is at stake to do otherwise. The crown symbolizes Her Grace's birthright, and identifies her as the custodian of the old legacy. It must be recovered. I will travel to the unholy heir and pay them their ransom. Though I am not foolish enough to meet these men alone as they stipulate, I dare not bring it a host of my comrades lest the thieves take fright. Friend, would you consent to be present for the exchange? Mistress Ramodi has always spoken of you in the most glowing terms, and I have never yet had reason to question her judgment. On behalf of all those still loyal to the Sultana, I beseech you, help us in our hour of need. You know what? Despite my allergies kicking up, at least my headache's gone. You know, plus side. Nope, it is. It like skipped past the aetherite for a second. I was like, what the heck? Camera. Okay. Now here we go. I think we won't be higher for like level 16 for this one, I don't think. Oh no, he coming. He's coming after us. Oromon. He's close by. Okay, good. 18. I've come as agreed. Now show me the crown. Ah, you'll have your precious crown once we've been duly compensated. Do you think me a fool? What assurance have I that you will honor your part of the agreement? Now, Owen, you're the least trustworthy man here. Not only was the crown stolen on your watch, but it looks to me as if you've violated the terms of our exchange. Did we not say that you were to come alone? And given that you were not alone, what guarantee have we that there isn't a company of artists surrounding us even as we speak, ready to feather me and my men the moment they catch a glimpse of the crown? You have made a mark of our trust. The deal is off. Wait, here's your payment, as promised. Ah, it's just the real thing. 1,000 thanks to you, boy. You've succeeded where scores of thieves have failed. And now at long last we have it. The power to create an army of undying soldiers. The traitors spurn. No, it can't be. What have I done? Surely you must have wondered what it was that you were handing over. What it was that seemed as valuable to us as the crown seemed to you. Or did you assume we were feeling charitable? Ah, but you must be terrible knowing that you've brought us the doom of Uldah. Really not, boy, will grant you a quick death and spare you further ignominy. It's too many, Claire. Run! Run while you still can. I will do my duty. It's your duty to serve the Sultana, lad, and you'll be doing it for a good while yet. Sultan's one, put these thieves to the sword and secure the crown. Sultan's one? Nah, no matter, kill them all. Here we go. Oh, I am in combat, so I have to do this. Man, looks like we killed them almost to full. I don't think I have the traits yet to get stuff back on crits. There we go. We saved the crown. Do 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 do. Master Papa Sean, but why? How? The general saw you sneak into the vaults, Owen. He suspected something was afoot and ordered us to keep an eye on you. The Flame General? He ordered you to look after me? Master Papa Sean, more of them to the north. After them, Sultan Swan, they have the crown. This lot sought only to delay us. Let us speak again, back in the city. Burr, 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 burr. The source of her strength becomes clear. You may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. Oh, that a big boy. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. Nope. No cast for you. Ah, man, Thancred kill stealing. I was about to punch him again. The wisdom of the paragons should be brought low by mere mortals. Paragons, this is indeed a disturbing revelation. We had long suspected the involvement of the Bringers of Chaos, Ascians to give them their true name. But we cannot be sure they were responsible for the recent disturbances until now, as if the Sultanate needed any more enemies. Have we Charlians crossed paths with Ascians before? Well, we've certainly... Wait, I don't recall telling you about my homeland. Ah, yes, that's right. You're one of the gifted. You know, this marks the third time I found you in the midst of trouble. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you're a lodestone for it. Anyway, I'm glad I started following you around. Who knows what grand conspiracy you'll stumble upon next. I jest. Had I truly been watching your every move, I wouldn't have taken so long to intervene in your latest altercation. But all's well that ends well, eh? Master Friend is no more, and while I very much doubt we've seen the last of his kind, his demise will likely grant us at least some respite. And on that note, I must away. Until next time, Claire. A dork crystal. There it goes. You know what? For the little problems I give the intro, it's still pretty short. We want to go to the Alchemist's Guild. I want to see if we can't get done with part 1 of New Game Plus today, which is essentially the intro. I think, like, if I remember correctly, part 1 goes through the intro all the way up until right before the quest that gives you the first dungeon. I believe that's where it left us, because like the last quest of part 1 is Call of the Sea. Does it surprise you to see me dressed so, Claire? I was once a Sultan Swan, you know, though it's been 15 years since I put down my sword and took up the role of station master. It is a capacity in which I am no less proud to serve, lest you doubt. Whenever Her Grace ventures outside the gates, I have the honor of protecting her person. Never before had I seen her so despondent as when news of the crown's theft reached her ears. But thanks to your valiant efforts, she has now returned to a form of vibrant self. You have the gratitude of every Sultan Sworn, Claire.
Exalted vessel of Uldah, guardian of Thanalan, 17th ascendant to the throne of Uldah, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ulnamo presides.
Long live Nanamo!
Long live
Glory
Nanamo!
to the
Glory
Sultana!
to the Sultana!
Forever may she
Forever
reign!
may she reign!
Those voices could have used a little work.
Tales of a champion amongst champions, one whose tireless service to the crown merited the highest honor we might bestow. Never did it occur to me that it might be you. Bring it forth! Betokening our gratitude and esteem, I, Nanamo Ulnamo, Sultana of Uldah, confer upon you this gift. Rauban,
Your Grace.
see to it that our champion is my personal guest at the banquet.
As you command, Your Grace.
Tall lad staring down at me.
If what they say is true, Uldah owes you a great debt. I am Rauban al-Din. With the consent of Her Grace, I oversee the affairs of the Sultanate. Brave souls are few and far between in these times. I count my blessings when I find one. Her Grace invites you to join her at the coming banquet. I trust I will see you there.
Alright, so we have a
An
banquet.
honor! Huzzah!
Indeed.
Come, hero!
Until then, for
All
the
the
sake of Her
voices are
Grace
really
and the
good, and
glory
then
of
like
the
the
Sultanate, may
side
you walk in
voices
the
are
light
just
of the
so
crystal.
jarringly bad. For an adventurer to receive a personal invitation from Her Grace is unprecedented. Seats at these banquets were offered only to the most distinguished individuals. You will be dining with some of the most influential people in Uldah. There are, of course, certain protocols that must be observed, but I am no authority on them. Fear not, however. Mistress Momodi has long been responsible for familiarizing foreign guests with our Words are hard. Talk to Mistress Momodi to do the thing. Do I still have it in my armory chest? Okay, I do. Awesome. I didn't get rid of it. So I don't have to go to the Calamity Soldier to get it back. Congratulations on your invite to the big soiree. To be honest, I never imagined I'd be explaining these procedures to you. It's usually only foreign dignitaries who get to hear me prattle on and on about royal traditions. Any road, I know you're a busy woman, so I'll keep it short and sweet. In accordance with the ancient customs, all guests to this banquet are required to wear a pair of ceremonial earrings made for specially for the occasion. They're meant to symbolize... Actually, forget about that. This was meant to be the short version. Being of a design unique to the occasion, the earrings serve as a security measure. The Sultan's Warden won't let you near the hall without them. Alright, well... Yeah, I'm not gonna walk through the city. I can teleport over there. I think they said the Goldsmith's Guild. There we go. This something I can help you with? Claire, your earrings are right here. I crafted them myself, and have you know, I think you'll be very pleased. In case Mistress Momodi didn't warn you, the box is locked, and I am not permitted to give you the key. It's a final safeguard, you see. Only designated individuals are authorized to distribute the earrings to guests. In this instance, the person in question is none other than Mistress Momodi, so you will need to ask her to open the box on your behalf. Pardon the inconvenience, but the Sultan's Warden take her Grace's safety very seriously. I mean, that makes sense. What am I doing? I was about to try and teleport away. I was like, there's the thing right here. I swapped my mount, roulette, and sprint macro buttons. I keep mixing them up. Let me just... Well, now it looks like the Guildmaster outdid herself with this pair. Alright. Here we go. Your big debut in Uldah High Society. The banquet is being held in the fragrant chamber. Head over to the Royal Promenade and Bartholomew will show you in. Alright. So let's go ahead and do that before I forget. Drop my eye level by 40. Rule, I guess, is the closest. That certainly is an outfit you have, ma'am. Bikini and carbuncle slippers. Only in an MMO.
All hail the Sultana. Your Grace.
Raoban? court of the royal house of Ul, I, Nanamo, 17th of my line, have summoned you here. We are graced this day by the presence of a hero to Uldah and dear friend to the crown. Honored guests, I give you our champion! And with that, I bid you enjoy the
Short and sweet.
feast.
Time for food.
Not to spoil your appetite, but Uldah is hardly so bountiful as this meal would have you believe. While we gorge ourselves, children starve in the streets.
It's just kind of walking over here and you're just like, we don't have enough food for this. Children are starving.
Nor can her grace do aught to help them. She is thwarted at every turn by those on the syndicate who derive their wealth from the workers' poverty. Beneath her mask of stately serenity, she is aghast at the plight of her subjects. But there will be no hope for the masses until the crown is restored to power. I am truly grateful for all you have done for Uldah, but there is so much more to do. That light, what is it?
It's a great question, sir.
So bright, almost like by the 12. Tell me true, have you been troubled by strange dreams of late? Visions of the crystal? Mayhap you put them down to an excess of ether?
How did you know that?
Yes, you are like they were.
Lord Dump?
Allow me to explain. Before you came to Eorzea, there were others like you who fought the Primals. Though they were not of this land, when the Guardian Empire threatened the realm, they helped bring together the three grand companies. And they stood with us at Cartano, that fateful day 5 years ago. The day we lost them. None who survived have forgotten the hero's sacrifice, nor would any man deny they fought alongside us. But the names of these heroes come not to our lips. The once familiar pages of their story are now blank to us. And in our mind's eye, their faces are naught but silhouettes amid a blinding glare. It is for this reason that we have come to call them the Warriors of Light. When I look at you, I cannot help but think of them, and of what you might achieve. You must protect that crystal at all costs. It is a gift from Hydaelyn, mother of all, and one she gave to you for a reason. Yours
Slap
is
this
no
crystal down
ordinary
and say,
tale.
here, pick this up. You'll figure
If
out why
I am
later.
right, the fate of the realm may yet hang upon your deeds.
It's picturing like kind of like a gift. It's just like a crystal like wrapped up in like the brown paper. I don't know if there's any word for it, but it's like brown paper. You just unwrap it and there's just a note attached. It's like, here, for you. You'll figure out why later. Love, Crystal Mom.
Only heroes and martyrs are fit to bear such a burden. Let us pray you are the former.
Oh, well, Blot Power's activating again. Let's go!
Flames to the fore! Victory belongs to the bold. Show those Imperial whore sons what we're made of.
Wow, language.
The left flank buckles. Divert the barracudas. Bid them hold that position, though it cost them their lives.
The yellow serpents are in need of succor. Pray, send the white wolves to their aid. The adventurers risk life and limb for our cause. We must not fail them.
It's right there.
Is aught amiss?
No, it is nothing.
Guys, it's literally visible. You can see it.
Bloody hells! The barrier won't go down so easily. Eyes forward!
He's literally still there, Condescender. Just say literally anything.
We are being watched.
Okay, there we go. I'm about to say, you're just gonna sit there and just let him stand there forever.
Raging Bull, calling Bloodthorn. Bloodthorn, respond! Respond, damn you!
Raging Bull, this is Mad Snake. Respond.
Ryder, this is Raging Bull. What news?
We're surrounded by a blaze. There is no way out. God preserve, what is that thing?
What's going on? Speak to me!
Gods damn it! We cannot hold much longer.
Mad Snake! Mad Snake! Answer me!
It's definitely picking up on my mic a little bit. I can see it.
Damn it! Damn it all to the seventh hell!
What of the barracudas? Can they not be reached?
Sorry, Admiral. Shell's not working.
What of our own?
I cannot say, my lady. That monstrosity appears to be disrupting our communications.
We must keep trying.
It's like the best random voice
Call
we've
till
heard
they
so far.
respond.
Yes, my lady.
Admiral, General, we can do no more. We must give the order to withdraw.
I will not forsake Louis Soir!
General, please. Victory may belong to the bold, but there will be no victor this day. You know this to be true. Let us not sacrifice lives in vain. The adventurers fight bravely, but to no avail. Let them withdraw, and let us be the ones to stand with Louis Soir.
Belay previous orders. All Maelstrom units are commanded to fall back, effective immediately. Give the foreign levy priority. Let the main host cover their retreat and bring up the rear.
Damn it! Relay the order. All flames are to withdraw. I don't care if our link cells are useless. You still have a working pair of legs, don't you? Well, use them, you bloody half-wit!
That guy's boom. He was like, I'm gone.
The outcome of this battle
He's got
was
that
long
PvP
since
sprint on.
decided. Better to retreat now than risk a massacre. This dark, stifling presence. Who or what? We go to take our place beside Archon Louisoix. To your positions.
Kasbamul, Soginin Wese Donzul.
That I should live to behold Bahamut once more.
Logalo, Asawad Deken Bet Mubut.
Speaking of that nice fancy language.
Imaratwe, Kiskat Toga Hats Wadadorns. Sees Nigem, Fizdun the only Lamrai Sadai Dorn.
It's begun. Soon. Oh my god. I'm getting the yawns. Why am I yawning? It's begun. Soon the plant will regain its true form. I wonder if they just didn't have a good model for Bahamut. Also, I love conveniently missing headgear from when we're sleeping. They said you fainted in the middle of one of the general's stories. I had to carry you back to the hourglass. You're really tall. Like you made quite an impression on your fellow guests, so probably not the sort you intended. You sure you're getting enough rest, Claire? The life of adventure can be pretty taxing. Anyway, I'm glad to see you back to normal. No offense, but looking after you was getting a bit tiresome. Before I forget, the general left a message for you. Said that when you're feeling up to it, you should come and see him at the Hall of Flames. Probably wants to finish the story he was telling you when you fell asleep. Suddenly glasses. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. I don't know why I went to the counter. Been waiting for you, Claire. I trust you are fully recovered. Here we go. Take some time to explain. Here we go. We're getting there. We're close. I've prepared these letters for my counterparts in the Aeosian Alliance. We don't have them modeled, but I trust you they're there. 5 years ago, we looked on, powerless, as our brothers and sisters were taken from us at Cottonelle. First by the Garleans, and then by the thrice-damned Primal called forth by their treachery. Not a day goes by that I do not think of my fallen comrades, and of the warriors of light of whom no trace remained. The tragedies of the Calamity are not so easily forgotten, nor should they be. In remembering all we've lost, we're reminded of what we still have. And so I mean to mark the 5th anniversary of the Battle of Cottonelle with a memorial service honoring the fallen. It is my hope that my counterparts in the Alliance will agree to do the same. And I would have you bear my words to them as my personal envoy. Why you? Because your deeds mark you out as the nearest thing I have to a warrior of light, I can think of none more worthy of the role. The question is, will you accept it? Then it is agreed. You will journey forth to Gridania and Limsa Lominsa as my official representative. Now that's a great many miles to travel, but I've neither the time nor patience to wait around while you do it on foot. Here, take this other letter. I hereby grant you permission to use the airship routes connecting the 3 city-states. This pass serves as your proof of privilege. Gone are the days when airship travel was available to all. The ever-present threat of Imperial attack has forced us to impose drastic restrictions out of concern for public safety. These passes are only granted when circumstance demands it, as in this case. Though there were others who insisted you be granted one regardless. I'm not alone in seeing it. Your potential is plain. But I have said enough. In the name of the Sultana, I bid you go forth. See for yourself the wonders of the realm for which the warriors of light risked all. Rise to your calling and fulfill your promise. Gonna get that nice Final Fantasy main theme 2 hours in. It always happens when you set on your journey forth. Back from your meeting with Raoban, what did the big man have to say? Alright, here we go. Personal envoy of the Flame General himself. So bearing the great man's words to the leaders of the Alliance, will you? Alright. You'll see those sights and more, and everywhere you go you'll find fascinating folk with fascinating tales to tell. Right. Nothing really important happening here. Just telling us what a protagonist is. Just like, someone's in trouble, I have to go over there. I swear I saw a target line just now. I think we can go this way. Yes. Okay, good. It wasn't just me. I definitely like saw a blue line. I'm like, I didn't hear it though. That's the weird thing. I saw it, but I didn't hear it. You are the Flame General's envoy, Claire Celis. Yes. Highwind Skyways is at your service. Will you be flying with us today? I feel like it's weird, there's like no seats on like this airship. I feel like there should be like a seat, a chair, or something. such a nice touch having everyone that, like, we interacted with able to see us off like that. When we first met beneath the Sultan tree, I sensed there was something unusual about her. I wonder if they will feel the same. Godspeed, Claire. Godspeed. If I'm right, they'll be singing your praises from here to the far reach before long. May you always walk in the light of the crystal. This is one of those ships that I feel like you could just, like, cut and paste into, like, any Star Wars environment and it would just fit. Like, that ship specifically right now.
It has been 15 years, but the bitter taste of defeat lingers still.
I can't hear you. Speak up.
Years since the Imperial fleet set course for Mordona, led by the Egrios, mightiest of all vessels. Silver Till lay ripe for the taking, and all of Eorzea would soon be ours. Or so we believed. But an innumerable host of dragons met us that day, at the heart of which flew the great meat guard Zormer. Though we succeeded in slaying that lord among worms, the dread serpent's defeat was bought at too high a price. Our invincible flagship was lost, and all hope of victory with her. So ended our glorious conquest.
So Midgard Stormer's the only reason we're here right now. Got it. Thanks for the exposition, guys. It's true.
Eorzea, a blighted realm, riddled with false gods. Twice now it has eluded the Empire's grasp. For all the destruction it wrought, even Meteor, the great sin, failed to yield us control over it. And for this failure, the realm has sunk deeper into depravity. It is twisted beyond all reckoning, rotten nigh to the core. Yet, it must be saved. Only Garlean rule can bring order to Eorzea. It falls to us to deliver the misguided masses from their ignorance.
We are of one mind, Lord Van Balthar.
How are you kneeling with those giant shields, sir? A thing. Surely that'll never come up again.
Senior engineers, please report to Magitech research following scheduled inspection.
He said it is, and my brain decided it would help and fill in a different line of his. Oh my god, I get that so hard. Because I didn't do it with this one.
Hey, is the Legatus really planning to take another tilt at Eorzea?
I'm just going to keep this going. By exposit, real quick.
Hey? What hole have you been hiding in?
So, like,
we're in the midst of preparing
I have
for
a
a
friend.
new campaign.
I talk to him a lot.
And a huge
There's a lot
one
of
at
D&D
that.
stuff. He's my DM and we play together, but talking with him about some things. And, like, there's a person he watches called Bob the World Builder.
But I thought
So,
the Emperor had given up the Western lands for lost.
Even
after
when he
Cartena.
told me this name the
What could
first
Legatus
time, you
possibly
can see where I'm
hope to
going with
gain
this.
by acting alone?
Every single time he goes Bob the, and my brain just goes Builder. Just every time. It just shoves it in there, even though I know that's not what he's gonna say. I know what he's gonna say, but I can't. It's just like, yeah, I watched Bob the Builder. Just that tiny voice in my head.
I sense you harbor certain doubts over the wisdom of the Legatus' plan.
Oh, hello.
My lord!
Please, call me Nero. Tell me, where were you born?
Othard, my lord.
Alamigo, my lord.
Ah, codename Hummingway, I presume.
I don't know what you...
Silence. Your denials will not change your fate. I assure you, Frumentarian sees all.
Who? What? Oh my god, so much blood. Oh my god, it's everywhere. Oh god.
Clean this mess, and do not miss any, or I shall be most displeased.
At once, my lord.
Garland, soon you will be made to know the true power of Magitech.
Eventually we'll load in. Okay, there we go. Spy? I have no idea where the hell I'm going. Here we are. Speak envoy from Uldah. Welcome to Laminsa, madam. Awaits your arrival. Telling us where to go. So we go to Bulwark Hall. Talk with Admiral. Yes, I know how to say her name, but it's funnier this way.
Enter. So the silver-tongued merchants send an adventurer to speak for them. It appears the Uldans place great faith in you.
I mean, I would say so. I think I'm pretty hot stuff. I don't know about them. I did punch a masked man in the face really hard.
I am Melvi Blufisvin, Admiral of Limso Lominsa, and Commander of the Maelstrom. Now, what news from Thanalan?
Here, have a look. It's finally modeled. Has it been 5 years? 5 years since the Garlean Empire sought to wrest Eorzea from our grasp. It was in answer to the Imperial threat that the city-states formed the Grand Companies and forged the Eorzean alliance anew. But Garlemald was not content to wager all on a simple contest of martial might. They had other plans, the Meteor Project. Legatus Nail Van Darnes, Hell's Takem, intended to cleanse our realm by snatching the lesser mood Dalamud from the heavens and casting it down upon our heads. Desperate to prevent this lunatic scheme, we marched our forces to the Cartoneau Flats. And there met the 8th or 7th, I can't tell. 7th Imperial Legion battle, I don't know. Never have I seen a fight like the Battle of Cartano, and I have seen full many. That we gave no quarter, spared not one ounce of effort. We cannot prevent what followed. From inside the shell of Dalamud came a winged nightmare, a dragon the size of a bloody city. 'Twas the elder primal Bahamut, bent on making an 8th hell of Eorzea. In the space of a breath, the legions of the Empire were set aflame, while our own armies fared little better. 'Twas as if the whole world was burning. Words cannot well describe the scene. And yet, by some miracle, a few among us were spared. Even as I steeled myself for death, a blinding white light enveloped me, robbing me of my senses. When I regained them, the dragon was gone, and the still smoldering land was warped beyond all knowing. Were Archon Louisoix still with us, he would doubtless shed some light on those unfathomable happenings. Alas, he is not, and I fear we will want for his wisdom in the days to come. Oh hi, the lights turned on. Was not expecting it to shift to night in the middle of this scene. This light in the camera started turning on. For while our nations struggle to recover from the devastation, the beastmen call forth their damned primals to torment us anew. Unless we put aside our differences and rebuild now, our foes will catch us unprepared. And I speak not only of the beastmen. Do not imagine that the Empire has forsaken its claim on Eorzea. The Imperials crowd our borders, waiting to strike. But we need champions to replace those we lost. But such thoughts are worse than worthless. Time is short and none will save us save ourselves. It is the duty of every soul who survived the calamity to work together for the good of Eorzea, and this memorial service may be the very thing to unite us. Raban has the right of it. I accept his proposal. Yeah, get out of here, miss. Whoop. Travel to Gridania next. Pray give my regards to the elder Seatsier, and oh, tell her the wolf has been sniffing around the stables. A private jest, and one in poor taste, but I would have you tell it all the same. I have an idea of what that means, but it's been a while, so I don't remember if I've got it correct. You're the Storm Sergeant. You're the Lieutenant. Okay, I was like, where am I? Greetings, madam. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Gridania. A pleasure to serve you again, madam. Are you ready to board the airship to Gridania? Let's go. And thus was the last time anyone ever rides an airship in this game. Well, I mean... Okay. Let me amend that statement. Rides one for transportation purposes. Not as part of story. The only way I think you ever ride an airship after this point is if you go, ah, shit, I forgot to attune to an aetheryte. There's an Alphagus altar, the lotus stand seats your awaits. We'll be coming back here before the stream ends because I want to do, actually I might make that its own thing. Just do a really short stream of just like the FF11 event. I don't know. Would you guys want me to do the FF11 event on stream before we end, or do it on, you know, another day, like Saturday? And by the FF11 event, I mean it's like the... I don't remember what it's called. The current event that's going on in 14 right now.
So you are the Uldah envoy. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan-e Senna, Elder Seedseer of Britannia, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Flame General.
I? Remembrance servant for the fallen of Cartano. What do you know of our conflict with the Empire? It would seem my counterparts recounted the tale in some detail, that as well. Is this from the Admiral? A wolf has been sniffing around her stables, you say. See. Well, I shall be pleased to provide her with such counsel as I am able. But first, friend of my friend, I would tell you more of the Garlean threat. For the greater part of its history, Garlemald was not even among the most influential of nations in Ilsabard, the northern continent. However, its innovations in the field of Magitech some 50 years past helped to raise it from the depths of obscurity. Emboldened by this technology, it set about subjugating its neighbors, swiftly absorbing each into its ever-expanding territory. And when all of Ilsabard lay within its grasp, it turned its ravenous gaze upon Eorzea. Yet Garlemald's transformation did not come about by virtue of Magitech alone. Its success owed much to the consummate leadership of its first and reigning emperor, Solisos Galvus, the man who built an empire in his own lifetime. Yet he has lived long, and after more than 80 winters, it is said that he grows frail, and ever more prone to illness. If rumors are to be believed, the matter of succession has destabilized the imperial court. This would explain the Empire's relative inactivity in recent years, which has granted us much needed time to rebuild. Yet we cannot allow ourselves to become complacent, for Garlemald still maintains a presence in Eorzea, in the form of the 14th Imperial Legion. Commanding this great host is Legatus Gaius van Baelsar, a man whose ambitions are well known to us. So long as he breathes Eorzean air, none of us may sleep easy. The calamity wreaked such devastation upon the realm that it has been all we could do to nurse our wounds, never mind rebuild our defenses. Simply put, we have not yet the strength to repel the Empire. To add to our woes, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, whose very existence is a bane upon the land. Each nation is beset with its own primal problem. None has the resources to look beyond its own borders. The Admiral desires my counsel regarding a brazen wolf. She means to tell me that the Empire may soon resume its advance. That the primals pose an undeniable threat to our survival. The threat posed by the Guardians is greater still. Clearly, each nation can no longer afford to think only of that which occurs within its own borders. A storm gathers upon the horizon. If we are to weather it, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may help to rekindle the spirit of unity which brought the peoples of Eorzea together when last the Empire threatened our liberty. The Flame General was wise to make his proposal, and I wholeheartedly approve of it. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. You and your upside-down cow necklace. For only reading the plot important stuff, there's so much here. Alright, here we go. We're almost there. Your meeting with the Elder Seedseer went well. Did you not... While you were there, did you not happen to meet Baderon, the proprietor of the Drowning Wench? Gregarious gentleman, always happy to help his fellow man. Well, I am told that he has a task for a capable adventurer. I know not what the task entails, but I dare say the Flame General's personal envoy would make a fine candidate. If you are interested in learning more, pray speak with Baderon at his establishment. Alright, so last time we had a glitch. Kind of just like this weird thing with like trying to get this quest done, because apparently you can only accept it at like max interactable range. I'll show off what I mean for clarity, but I know how to deal with it until they get around to fixing it. But yes or no for, I think it's the Maiden's Rhapsody event. Yeah, but it's like, if I go here... Oh, they did fix it. Sweet. Okay, so like you couldn't stand like right here and talk to him. You had to be like over here. I don't even remember where it starts. It's probably in Gridania. It starts in Limsa, apparently. Oh, it's literally right there. I assume since none of you has said no, that you obviously want to see it. But I will do this, because desperately needs to be done. Urmumu has caught wind of a promising story and seeks an adventurer to help separate fact from fiction. Excuse me, miss, do you have a moment? I'm Urmumu with the Harbor Herald, and judging by your dress, you're one of those well-traveled adventurers I've heard so much about. No doubt one as worldly as yourself has heard the rumors of an unusual warrior maiden from the Far East. Danger constantly follows in her footsteps, and the Far Easterners I've spoke with claim her dress and fighting style are nothing they've ever seen. Do you know what happened the last time a strange warrior from unknown lands came to Eorzea? That upstart Pedo Winsome practically stole the parchment from my desk to write his story. Our readership soon doubled, and he's been regarded as the Harbor Herald's finest reporter ever since. That should have been my story, and I'll be damned if he beats me to this one. But if following her is as dangerous as it sounds, I'll need an adventurer like you to keep me safe. If you're interested, meet me down at Costa del Sol. That's where she was last spotted, so that's where I plan to start. Ooh, nice. Screenshot of that real quick before it goes away. Go and update the title, just for anyone wanting to come in. There you are. Here at last, I was beginning to think you wouldn't come. It was here just a few bells ago, so I was told. Look over there, could it be? Begging your pardons, please do not think me strange for asking, but can you tell me if we are close to Selbina? Or perhaps Maura? I feel I am hopelessly lost. Selbina? Maura? Sorry, dear, but you're on the eastern shore of Vilbrind. Eastern Lunasia, to be precise. I take it you're the far eastern traveler that's been the talk of the taverns as of late. You've got quite the warpath through Eorzea from what I've heard. Yes, I hail from the Far East, but Vilbrind? Lunasia? I cannot recall such names. The truth be told, I cannot recall much of anything since awakening in these strange surroundings. By Beauregard's beard, you've lost your memory? I remember my name is Iroha. I am training in the way of the glaive, though I feel I am still a novice. Before awakening here, I was on a mission to... Forgive me, it's hard to make sense of what little I can recall. The only clear thoughts in my mind are of a master, and a powerful technique I labor to perfect. Amatsu Kyori. I am certain it is essential to completing my mission. Ow, popped my shoulders again. Interesting you could remember training above all else. Perhaps that's the key. If you continue to practice your master's teaching, it stands to reason other related memories might come back to you. Recalling my mission by first recalling master's teachings. Yes, that does seem plausible. I do not doubt many of the techniques I have learned have a specific purpose. It would only be a matter of focusing on this particular one. The scoop I've been looking for, a Far Eastern warrior on a special mission? What if we're in danger? This isn't some fairy tale like Patty's story. People need to know, but she's no good to us if she can't remember anything. Help us so we can get to the bottom of this. Yeah, take this map before you go. Training won't do you any good if you get lost now, will it? Your kindness is greatly appreciated, thank you. To journey alone in this strange land would be a trial all its own, I'm sure. Might we explore the shore south of here. I recall mention that the beach was an excellent place for training. Something about the aquatic wildlife being suitable for sparring. If the creatures here are similar, I would like very much to try my hand against them. I trust you'll ensure she has every opportunity to do so. Now don't let me keep you. The sooner she remembers her mission, the better. When she's had her fill of combating critters along the coast, perhaps you should rest in Limsa where it's safer. Bulwark Hall should do nicely. It's the first place you'll see after coming through the gates. I mean, we could do that. I love the reporters are like always like the source of oh my god, the fate's on now. Okay, good. I wonder if I could, like, just grab most of these. I don't think we have to protect her. Yeah, it definitely does go up when I think I'm okay enough to just grab multiples of these. Oh my god, I'm in that awful realm of AoE for Monk. Oh, we got it. And there she goes. I do want to play FF11 at some point. I'm just scared that like when I start playing it, they're just gonna shut it. They're gonna start shutting it down. I may not do like a ton of grinding it if I play it. I may just like, hey, I'm gonna play this class and I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to progress this class. Do all of the content that I can, and then just not worry about it. Training at the beach was invigorating. It's been too long since I enjoyed such sport. Fighting alongside one so well versed in the arts of war, I would like to think I improved my form by following your example. I mean, it works. Literally the class based on forms. First, I doubted crabs would be suitable for practice, but I was quite wrong. Testing my strength against their hardened shells swing after swing over and over again, I could easily spend days or even weeks at a time battling them. If only I could remember who suggested this training regimen. Slightly luminous stone of unknown origin. It may have some connection with Iroha's lost memories. It's an Optistone shard, whatever that is. Oh my, what a peculiar stone. I sense something within it. Something familiar. Something dark. Oh, that's terrifying. That's a terrifying thing to have in a vision. Grueling battle in the cold against evil Maiden manifest. A lord of shadows, long dead, yet somehow resurrected. The fate of the realm hanging in the balance, I remember. And yet, I'm not convinced these visions relate to my mission. Why would Master entrust me with the means to slay such a foe? The answers must lie within my memories. I have to. All the more reason I must hurry to complete my training and perfect Amatsu Kyori. While waiting for your arrival, I asked a couple of travelers from Gridania, I think, where I might find creatures of a more dark and unusual nature. They told me of a place called Hawk Manor, a cursed estate whose grounds play host to various sorts of hellish monsters and events. These creatures sound like promising opponents, full of the fury and cunning I would expect in a true battle. Now let us be off. When we are finished, we can meet in the nearby town. Alright, so what are we doing now? You know what? Hold on. You know what we could do? Be a samurai for this event. I think it fits. At least for this part, we could. Just where are my buttons at? I don't remember. They also got rid of Kaiten, and I'm just like, it throws me off so much. Is this what I think it is? It is. Hold on. There's no fade over there, so I have time to look. It's not gonna appear on the map. I wonder if the Odin's fade spawned. I don't see it anywhere over here. I don't know. Let me look. I'm looking at the Discord. I don't think so. No one's seemed to have found it yet. So I'm not going to worry about it. But this is the weather it would spawn in. I can keep it up like this. So just wait. Because I do have the channel where they ping for it up on the server, on the Discord for Centuria, so someone pings for it, or if it shows up, I'll see it. what am I gonna put in place of Kaiten now? That's like the big thing. Like, what am I gonna put there? You know what, while we're waiting, we do something fun. Hold on, let's just do like... There we go. I got a little glowy sword sheathed. Dumb little harmless thing. It's funny. It's also really quiet. How long is it gonna take a fate to spawn? The was back to normal, so if Odin spawned, it's gone now. Waiting for... You're level 90. You're also waiting for that fate to spawn. I love the Smiths just sitting up here. It's this haunted manor. Just like, yeah, I'm good. There's like a little slide right here. This is no, it's just a really ornate thing. It looked like a slide. I was hoping it was. It was like there's a playground here. I didn't think it would take so long to spawn. What boots am I wearing again? What are they glamored as? Ah, okay, those. Okay. Oh, finally. King's Courage for right now. Alright, so we go not that way. This way? Also, low-level AoE combos suck. They just always do. Here we are. Thank you for once again aiding in my training. To witness such majesty and grace on the battlefield is truly inspiring. It served as a wonderful lesson in combat. Let's go. Aura Stone Shard. Okay. You have found yet another strange stone. Yes, it radiates with a warmth much like the last, but the colors... Wait, do you hear that? It's Prish. I know of her. Thanks, Dissidia. A long and arduous journey together with the young girl. This vision is not what I expected. We fought many battles together. We were not alone. No, I dare say our comrades were well beyond counting. But what business would I, a lowly student, have undertaking such missions? I cannot make sense of it. Thanks, Dissidia. I mean, it's true. It's the only reason I know who Prish is. Because she's from 11. So is Shantoto. We fought many battles together. Okay. I thought I hit X. Still, I must thank you for this. Before meeting, I was hopelessly lost. Smothered by a fog of fear and uncertainty. Sound like I said thanks to Sivia. Oh. Now I have your light to guide me. You've brought me yet another step closer to completing my training and unlocking the memories still dormant within me. Speaking with a few of the patrons here before you arrived, I believe I found the perfect place to continue honing my skills, the Sagoli Desert. If what I was told is true, a creature of unspeakable terror roams the sands. They say its strength is impossible to gauge, as no one lives to tell of its great might, but together I believe we can lay the beast low. When we have finished, we can take a hard-earned rest in Uldah. Alright, so what's this one called? Circuit Breaker? I mean, if we're gonna break things, might as well go with Gunbreaker, right? I love for everything else, there's like a thing, and there's just a picture for the gold saucer, instead of like, just a name. I guess since you can't like, travel to it technically from there. Prish is still my favorite character in Dissidia Duodecim to play. Haven't played it in a while. Know that fiend, those jagged pincers dripping with venom. Circuit! I almost didn't get that charge out. Oh, I don't even have a chance to do anything about that. I stun you. I do really like this theme, though. Easy. Assuming she's in the inn. Not the inn, the... quicksand. I forgot what it was. I went from inn to Quester's Rest to quicksand. Quester's Rest is Dragon Quest IX, not this game. It's not even the same series. There are no words to express my gratitude for your assistance. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine confronting the legendary Circuit. If not for you, I would be but one of the countless victims who succumbed to its poisonous sting. I mean, I think you would be okay. But I don't know. The Aura Stone Shard. I'm assuming we have one more. We've kind of gone through, like, 3 of the 4 elements. Yes, it comes to me now, a mortal struggle, forbidden magics uttered in a final bid for salvation. Bork. A dog appeared. It was probably a good boy. Now it makes sense now. The pitched battles, the arduous journeys, the fellowship of adventures. It was not my life that I recalled, but rather the tales of a great hero I mistook as myself. I suspected such feats were too extraordinary to be my own, and the memories held within the stone have removed all doubt. They were of a journey into the past, one that revealed a horrible truth I dare not repeat aloud. Wow. And I remember my home, Venatiel. It's not some territory or continent, but an entirely different world. My true memories return to me now, and it is all thanks to you. More importantly, I believe I now understand how to wield Amatsu Kyori. It should not be long before my path home is clear to me as well, but first I must see my training to its completion. While waiting here, I heard unsettling stories of a foul beast terrorizing Bronze Lake. This is the perfect opportunity to put into practice everything I have learned. Today is the power I wield, the power of Amatsu Kyori. After this last endeavor, let us meet in Limsa Laminsa. Let's go. It took me until she said Limsa Laminsa to remember where Bronze Lake was. So I was like, that's a thing in Uldah, right? What class do I go this time? It ain't active. No, it's not. What do I got? You know what? I can do ninja. Oh, dang it. Yamatsu Kyori sounds like it could be a ninja technique. Hold on, what is this for? No. Hold on. What is this destination for? That's not for a fate. Oh, like the little Shantoto in the corner. That's great. Literally only one thing could be it. So, you know. I did level sync, damn you. I literally hit the level sync button. Thought I was gonna die for a second. I probably still might. What the hell was that, game? Fine, even without Rhython, I still won. glimpse of now. Oh, hell. That's a sanctuary. Quest isn't being completed yet, so we still got a little bit more to go, it seems. It's the power of Amatsu Kyori is mine to command, and my memories are slowly but surely returning. None of this would have been possible if not for your unwavering guidance. To think I could have forgotten a mission so vital. My resolve was unyielding, my mind focused on the task before me. In the end, I fear I may have jeopardized all I hold dear. As I told you my home is, or rather was, a world known as Vanadiel. Try as we might, its destruction could not be forestalled. Fate saw fit to give me one last chance. I was allowed to travel back in time, to escape to the past before the darkness had consumed all. Together with the heroes of the past, I knew that tragedy could be averted, just as it had been so many times before. Master was the greatest of them all. A hero without equal, whose grand adventures I mistook as my own memories. I cannot help but feel I am still forgetting something else important. Something that happened to Master. I suppose in time it will come to me. Before I leave, might we go and speak with Rimuru? If not for her insistence, I would have been bereft of your assistance. It would be rude not to extend my thanks to her as well. There we go. Hold on, where are we going? Upstairs? Upstairs. I assume. Irahut told me the good news. Her memory is, for the most part, restored. Perhaps more importantly, her training is complete. If you hadn't come with me to Costa del Sol, I dare say she'd still be swinging at crabs along the beach. Now that I have you here, I'd very much like to talk to you about my story. About what you were doing before we arrived. How exactly did you come to be here in Eorzea? Oh boy, a cutscene. And you say you went back in time trying to save your world. Yes, you have the right of it. No life was spared by the darkness. None save for mine, that is. Fate intervened and I was sent back to the past. To a time where I could find heroes capable of saving Vanadiel. That is how I was reunited with Master, although at a much earlier time than I anticipated. The last thing I remember is a fierce battle in a strange light. When next I awoke, I was here. To be torn away from Master when I was needed most. My heart feels like it may burst. How awful. You were close then? Master was like family to me. And an exceptional warrior besides. I spent my entire life striving to become such a hero and live up to the legends I'd so fondly remember. Oh my god, look at that old ass rendered picture. It's so old looking. It all began with a stone, or so the story goes. In ages past, a sentient jewel, enormous and beautiful, banished the darkness. Its light filled the world with life and brought forth mighty gods. The world entered an age of bliss. That is, until the gods fell into slumber. That world is my home, Vanadiel. I recognize Shintoto and Prish. Oh my god, that's a lot of pictures showing up. It's a lot of things. I don't recognize the person on the left, though. It was home to 3 great nations, the Kingdom of Sandoria, the Republic of Bastok, and the Federation of Windurst. Powerful as they were, though in times of strife they would turn to a single hero, my master. Be it a demon of rage seeking vengeance, or a spiteful god our destruction, Master was always there to pull us back from the brink of oblivion. I recognize that thing, which is falling down. That shows up in Eureka. Or at least you can get a minion of it. So long as there is light and life in the world, the legend of Vanadio's greatest hero will live on. What the heck? Kate Sith right there. Or Kaishi, or however it's actually pronounced. Even though they really want us to say Kate Sith, because that's how it's spelled. There's little wonder these stories were the first to spring back to my mind. I have all but memorized them. But no matter how many times I asked, you would always... Wow. Please excuse me for a moment. When I looked at you, something in your eyes reminded me of Master, and I... Don't worry yourself over it. I imagine our friend here often has that effect on people. Shifty eyes. I realize how ridiculous this seems. Anyone in their right mind would think it's some fanciful dream. But for me, this world is the dream, and now it is time to awaken. When next I open my eyes, I will be home, in Venadio, once more at Master's side. This may just be a dream, but it's one I shall never forget. Thank you for everything. Whoosh. It would seem I am not yet ready to return. Is this perhaps the will of the goddess? If it is by her will, then so it shall be. I vow to work hard every day to become a warrior worthy of your teachings. Then when the time comes, we shall meet again, here in Eorzea or perhaps in the waking world. There goes the greatest story I'll never get to write. An adventurer from another world, traveling back in time to save her people. Who's going to believe such a silly tale? I'll leave the flights of fancy to pet her, but for her sake, I hope she finds her way home, wherever that may be. You know, if you had the, for chance, just a really legendary hero right next to you to, vouch for your claims, might just, be able to make some people believe. I'm just saying. Got shoved in my inventory. I did get a card from something. I don't know when I got that. But that's it for today. It's been like 3.5 hours. So you know what we can do? It's time to raid someone. And who better to raid than a friend who is suffering for my favorite thing in the world, a trophy. We should raid Blue Mage Brilliant because he's playing Kingdom Hearts. So you guys have a great night, and I will see you guys Saturday for something. Take care.